Good afternoon everybody and welcome along to the picturesque Newtown Park for the second semi-final of the 2021 Kate Sheppard Cup. Two heavyweight teams collide today in their quest for glory with host Wellington United, who are the reigning champions of the Capital Football W League, taking on Eastern Suburbs. Suburbs are looking to add to their 2021 NRFL Championship by becoming just the fourth team to win back-to-back Kate Sheppard Cups after they beat Coastal Spirit 4-0 in the 2019 final. Speaking of Coastal Spirit, they were knocked out by first-time finalists Hamilton Wanderers in the first semi, and they'll be watching on eagerly to find out who they'll play in next Sunday's grand final. Two teams lining up and entering the picturesque turf here at Newtown Park as we see the Eastern Suburbs line up, starting 11 there on the left and five substitutes today on the right, and their head coach is Stephen Hoyle. All right, Steve, obviously a delayed run up to this final. How's the preparation been and how's the team looking for today?
We're just really excited about it. We've had a couple of players move overseas from last year, but really exciting to give some other people an opportunity to play today and show what they can do.
Obviously up against a tough Wellington United side, what are you expecting from your opposition in this big game?
I've watched a couple of games of theirs, especially the quarter-final of the Kate Sheppard Cup, and I think they have really powerful forward runners from midfield and a good front three, so I'm looking forward to how we deal with that, and then hopefully we'll be able to go the other way and hurt them.
Brilliant, mate. All the best today.
Thank you very much. Cheers, mate.
And Wellington United, the home side, today in their orange and blue strip. Starting 11 on the left, subs on the right. Their head coach is Micah Ruta-Huli. Cool, Mike. It's a big game today, Kate Sheppard Cup semi-final. How's the preparation been for Wellington United?
So the preparation's been going okay. Obviously, there's been some hiccups along the way with COVID, obviously, August last year, and then obviously during the peak now coming up with Omicron. So having it postponed 2 weeks ago and into this week, so I think it's the same as most clubs probably in New Zealand who are doing pre-season at the moment. You know, there's players that are becoming unwell and testing positive, but that's the situation that we're in. So we've got, so we'll do the best we can. We've got 16 players that are excited and ready to give it a good crack. So we'll see how we go.
Awesome. And just a quick word on Eastern Suburbs. What are you expecting from them today?
Obviously they're an experienced side. They've won it. I think they won it the last cup that was in competition. So, you know, we're expecting a big battle. Obviously, any Auckland side's always a competitive match. So we're just looking forward to test ourselves and see how we go.
Awesome. Good luck for the game.
Thank you.
Beauty. We are underway here at Newtown Park on a stunning day. My name is Jesse Rawlings. I'll be calling the game alongside Katie Barrett. And Katie, welcome along. What are you expecting in this big semi-final clash?
Thanks, Jesse. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm sure it's a group of players that have been desperate to get this game underway, and I think you said it before, you can't beat Wellington on a good day, but the real question is, can Eastern Suburbs beat Wellington United on a good day?
Well, that is the fascinating question. The first long ball played over the top by Van Dort. Opportunity for Sarah Morton as well, saved by Molly Simons. Morton still in possession of the ball. And a little bit of a nervy start here from Wellington United. Ella Finley unable to find her teammate there, and a throw-in for Eastern Suburbs. So first long ball of the game catches Wellington United by surprise there. Throw-in by Rachel Head. Unable to control the ball, Eastern Suburbs. Rosie Wild with a physical challenge. And manages to come away with the ball here, the Wellington United skipper, Rosie Wild. Pass back to Simons is a little bit dodgy, and she does well to clear that up towards the halfway line. Interesting start from United here, Katie.
Yeah, you're right. I think a little bit of nerves early on, and Eastern Suburbs looking to play the likes of Morton in behind, who's shown a great bit of pace already.
Throw in there by number 2, Kate Charlton. Stunning playing service here at Newtown Park today. Looking a real picture. It's yeah, beautiful weather as well. Some players will be quite glad the game wasn't played last week when the weather wasn't exactly flash. Sarah Alder there, the number 9 for Wellington United, flicking it on. Unable to control the ball that time is Catherwood. And obviously, Katie, some real delayed preparation for this game. The game meant to be played in August, and then again last or 2 weeks ago, and COVID put paid to that. How do you think the players have had to adapt, or what do you think is different for them leading into this one?
Yeah, obviously there's the obvious personnel changes, but I think both teams will be eyeing this one up as something they've been waiting desperately for, but also start off the 2022 season with hopefully a good performance for both sides.
Yeah, it is a strange one, isn't it? Cup semi-final from 2021 being played in pre-season of 2022 makes it a real, just an interesting dynamic to this game. But hopefully that means that both teams are a little bit disorganised in a good way and makes for a good open semi-final as opposed to what could be potentially quite a closed shop type of game. There's Van Dort switching the play out now to Charlton. Ball inside is to Blacklow, who gives the ball away, unable to control the ball on the far side. Is Zoe Barrett playing at left back today, Zoe Barrett. Alongside experienced Rosie Wild in there, the skipper, who played for Capital Football in the South Central series that's just gone, which of course is probably the big difference between the two playing squads. Eastern Suburbs not able to participate in the national, or their players not able to participate in the National Women's League. So they haven't played a game since the 13th of August last year, which is a very long time leading into a cup semi, isn't it? Driving on is Van Dort again, the skipper, playing in the middle of the back three by the looks. Opportunity here for Eastern Suburbs to build some play. Paris holding the ball up. Long ball in behind. Unsuccessful for Suburbs, but a bright start from the Aucklanders, you'd say, Katie.
Yeah, I do think so. I think the experience that their side has, they're looking to keep the ball for longer periods of time and really combine between units, which has led to promising opportunities. It should be interesting to see how Wellington United deal with that.
Yeah, goal scoring juggernaut in the NRFL Premiership this year. The Eastern Suburbs side. Jade Paris playing up front today with 11 goals. So expect to see her. She's number 10 with the some very bright pink boots, would be fair to say. As the ball switched out here by Carter, finding the feet of Head, looking to combine with Morton, cutting in off the left-hand side here, Sarah Morton. Ball inside is given away. Zoe Barrett with the interception. Opportunity to build the play there, not taken by Barrett, who plays it in behind. There's a little bit of a nervy start, you'd say, from both sides. Karina Brown in goal for Eastern Suburbs. Common factor of her play will be how high she plays in possession, trying to build the play for her team and help her back three. So the ball is chipped in towards Wild, who controls the ball easily. Again, back to Molly Simons. Ball wide into McCarthy, but she can't quite time the pass into Robertson. What are you seeing from Wellington United early on, Katie, in terms of shape or structure? They look to be sitting in a little more, don't they?
Yeah, they are sitting in a little bit more, and it's hard to tell if that's due to the position by Eastern Suburbs, but in the attacking moment, you are seeing the likes of Pepe Oliver-Bell playing in a more attacking midfielder position today, and Sarah Alder is the number 9. A lot of interchanging between the two of them, so that should be exciting.
Yes, one of my favourite players to watch, Pepe Oliver-Bell, that's for sure. Exciting player on the ball. As Simons finds Barrett wide on the left-hand side. Ball down the line. Again, playing into a 50-50 challenge, if you like. Eastern Suburbs able to build once more through through Carlton back into Van Dort. Van Dort playing the ball inside to Blackler. Carlton again. Just looking for the pass into midfield. Wellington United happy to come out and try and press the ball. That time, Hope Gilchrist stepping out to try and put pressure on the Lily Whites. Van Dort, lovely ball into Paris, the top scorer. Her flick on is not quite accurate enough for Rachel Head. And just a thought on conditions, say, Katie, you can't find a better day to play football, really, could you?
No, you really can't. I think the question will be, though, in this pre-season period is, can they handle the heat?
Metaphorically and physically? Or?
Yeah, I was just thinking that, you know?
It's nicely done.
We'll have to find out.
Yeah, it is well, by Wellington standards, gold day today. 24 degrees is what I've been told. So, and still no breath of wind. So, lovely day here. The Suburbs again, able to build through Van Dort. It's definitely a back three being employed by the looks from Suburbs. Carlton here on the ball playing as a right centre back, Van Dorten in the centre, and then Head on the left hand side as Carlton just maybe showing a little bit of semi-final nervousness there. It's Van Dort looking to drive on. Alder comes across but unable to put pressure on her. Flick on by Morton, won by Wild. It's Dykstra that time who looks to clear the ball and cleared a little bit further by Barrett. Just sitting in and yeah, soaking up the pressure early on, aren't they, Wellington United? Carlton with a throw on the far side. Barrett winning the first contact. Blackler sends it back. Here's Paris, left-footed scoop up towards her teammate Ella Finley, and cleared in no uncertain terms there by the Wellington United defence. And an opportunity here on the break for Pepe Oliver Bell. Able to control the ball and unable to keep it for a team that time. Intercepted by Lucy Carter. And United will build again through Gilchrist into Strong, playing in midfield today. Asher Strong. Simons across to Rosie Wild. And the ball forward into Dykstra. Leaves it a little short. Pressure on again. Good high press from the Lily Whites. So two kind of contrasting styles really, isn't it, Katie? Two high press team versus a team happy to sit in and soak up the pressure.
Yeah, two very different styles. So it should be interesting to see how it goes. I guess Wellington United, if you look at their back four and the midfielders of Strom and Dykstra, very defensive-minded players. So they'll be happy to sit and continue to defend. It's just hoping that Oliver Bell can really link the back and the front together. Yeah,
and I guess with the front line that Eastern Suburbs are able to put out in the game today, it's fair enough to take a slightly more subdued approach from Wellington United's behalf. Try and contain them for as long as they can. Nice combination play by Morton. Can't quite connect with the second pass. Yeah, Jade Paris represents a real threat for Wellington United. Her goal scoring record for Eastern Suburbs has been excellent. 11 goals in the NRFL competition, including a 5-0 win over Ellerslie, where she scored all 5. It's not a bad day at the office, that. As Carlton steps in and wins the ball. First thought is to go forward, but she can't. So sideways it goes, and now backwards. And Van Dort again, been busy early on, playing into Carter. And now Karina Brown, as we mentioned. Nice play, nice and high. Sweeper, keeper type stuff. Van Dort, the ball over the top. Wild can't make contact. Gilchrist does clear it out. Throw in taken quickly by Head. And towards Morton, but the ball's gone out. Assistant referee Connor Healy on this side. In the middle we got Don Barry today. And the assistant referee on the far side is Alex Dolberg. Harrison Cook is the fourth official. So a full Capital Football team of 4 for the referees today. In a very bright shade of blue, you'd have to say. Throw in there by McCarthy. And a foul early on by Sarah Alder, who you mentioned, Katie, playing as the centre forward today. Not a position she's typically known to play, is it?
No, I guess she started off her senior football playing as a left winger with a fantastic left foot. Eventually moved into left back, but with a lot of competition for that spot in the Diamonds, Ruta Hooley decided to give her a go as number 9, using a lot of her futsal experience, but as well as her just experience as a player, full stop. She's done fantastic in that role, and hopefully today she'll be able to connect with both Catherwood and Robertson, who are just lethal when it comes to pace.
Yeah, she's certainly going to play a key figure in trying to link these counter-attacks. As we see Oliver Bell controlling the ball and playing out through Robertson. Opportunity now for Dykstra, but she's chipped it a little far. And Brown looking to get the game moving straight into Van Dort. So very end-to-end, I guess, when Wellington United win the ball, trying to play on the counter very quickly, but when they get it wrong, it allows Eastern Suburbs to build these nice passages of possession. Carlton on the ball again. Driving onto it this time is Rachel Head. Chips the ball into midfield, fortunately, and gets it back in one of the more audacious 1-2s you'll see attempted today. Opportunity now for Gemma Robertson to combine with Alder. Just a little slow on the ball there, Alder, as Dykstra gains some control. Playing back into Gilchrist. Now wide to Barrett. Left-footed pass into Oliver Bell was a good one. Just patiently looking to build the play here, United. Barrett has applied the commentator's curse there, chipped it away to the goalkeeper, Karina Brown. And I guess, Katie, just a word on the absentees for Wellington United today. Obviously, not a full-strength side, you say, missing the likes of Emma Main and Francesca Grange. I suppose it's just the COVID times, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and those girls will be disappointed to miss out on today's game, but also it presents a really good opportunity for those that have come into the starting lineup. Anna McCarthy playing out at right back, who's a younger player, and we've got some players as young as 2006 born on the bench, so a really great experience for them and a cracking way to start off their 2022 season.
Yeah, I mean, as we mentioned before, the cup final is normally reserved for the last game of the season. You know, you celebrate that and you've got the summer off, whereas this year, real interesting dynamic. The team that wins it are going to go into the season as Kate Sheppard Cup holders from only a few weeks ago. So I'm sure that plays on the mind of a few of these players, give them a real kick-start going into the season. Being the most dominant side in New Zealand football, as Barrett with an audacious effort that might just work. Karina Brown equal to it. Not sure that was planned, Katie, or whether that was, I don't know what that was. It was a shot on target, let's put it that way.
Yeah, add it to the stats book. Not sure if they've seen the height of Brown and hoped for the best in that one, but she is a good keeper and she will be aware that that's potentially one of her weaknesses. So not a bad idea from Wellington United, but they'll need to be more clever than that to beat the likes of Brown.
I can guarantee on a windy Wellington day that would have been potentially a much uglier outcome than it turned out to be for Karina Brown and her Eastern Suburbs side. Those shots just tend to just creep in over the goalkeeper with that little bit of wind, but still as anything today. Not sure you'll believe me, but there is no wind here to speak of at Newtown Park as the ball was played down the right-hand side by Wellington United, and Robertson has fouled on that occasion. Rachel Head looked a little on the soft side, but a foul's a foul. Here's a replay of this effort from Zoe Barrett. Yeah, very nearly chipping Brown. We mentioned that she was a goalkeeper who's more than happy to sweep, but equal to it on that occasion. Barrett this time playing inside to Strom with a chip over the top. Robertson calls herself offside. Sarah Morton back defending a little deeper than she probably perhaps thought she would, as Elder intercepts the pass. Shot away that time by Gemma Robertson. So there's two chances for Wellington United, both outside the box.
Yeah, and that will be something they need to look to change. There will be opportunities in this game, especially with both teams not being at peak fitness. So they do need to relax when they enter that attacking third and just know that when they get the opportunity, there'll be more, but also to just be clinical.
Yeah, I think Sarah Alder really brings a presence as that centre forward, able to press the ball and and win it in those moments where the playing out from the back isn't accurate. And that time it is Van Dort with a lovely pass into Paris, who's already shown some excellent hold-up skill. Gilchrist with the header away that time. Catherwood's ball inside is unable to connect. I've just realised Asher Stroms were in the captain's armband, Katie. We were under the impression it was going to be Rosie Wild, but well, she's got some sort of black band around her arm, so I'm assuming that makes her the skipper today.
When you look at that, I think Wellington United do take the stance of having a leadership group, so Strom, Wild, Gilchrist, all rotating those responsibilities. So well done to Strom for being captain for the day, and it would have been interesting whether they gave it to Gilchrist, being her 24th birthday today. She's on the ball now.
No room for birthday presents, although the best one might be on its way in 70 or so minutes time, perhaps. But yes, happy birthday to Hope Gilchrist. Ball is given away that time by Ella Finlay, and Wellington United just starting to build their way into the game as Dykstra looking for the run of Robertson, who was going the other way, coming towards the ball instead of running away from it. Again, another lovely ball into Jade Paris. That is some exceptional hold-up play, and she's in beyond here. Paris, lethal goal scorer. Maybe not the quickest in terms of being able to get in beyond, but her hold-up play is exemplary. Morton, inside ball to Blackler's, given away by the captain Strom with a nice interception there. Carlton now able to rebuild for the Lily Whites. Cutting inside, left-footed pass looking for Morton is intercepted by Wild. Rosie Wild, calm and composed at centre back, finding the feet of Robertson. And again, another giveaway. A little bit of a theme so far, teams giving the ball away in their own half, which will be something the coaches will be keen to tidy up a little. Eastern Suburbs head coach Stephen Hoyle, assisted by former New Zealand age group coach Aaron McFarlane. Stephen Hoyle, he's been around the traps in New Zealand football for a long time, starting off at Hawke's Bay United, making his way down to Canterbury, now up at Eastern Suburbs as a coach for this Eastern Suburbs side. Spent a year coaching Auckland Football Federation and the National Women's League as well. A number of players on show today, Katie, who with National Women's League experience, including we see some Capital players who played in that South Central series. And do you think that plays maybe a little bit of a factor in today's game, the fact that Wellington United's players have played as recently as December and Eastern Suburbs players all the way back to August 13th for their last game?
Yeah, I think it can go, I guess, both ways. You could potentially have players that are burnt out and after having a very long season, but you also have players that are eager, ready to go. So it depends which way you look at it and which way the players look at it entering the game. But I think regardless, you've got right now 22 quality players on the field, so it should be a great watch for everyone.
We did mention before, Eastern Suburbs have some pedigree in this Kate Sheppard Cup competition. Defending champions, the last final played in 2019. Feels a very, very long time ago since they beat Coastal Spirit 4-0 at North Harbour Stadium. As the ball is delivered by Paris, straight into the hands of Simons. So yeah, although that game was played in 2019, they are still the defending champions, Eastern Suburbs. Whereas on the opposite end of the spectrum, Wellington United have fighting to be in the final for the first time, as Gilchrist gives a sloppy little back pass to Simons. Lovely clearance though up towards Alder, putting the ball in the air. Bit of head tennis and shoes on halfway here at Newtown Park, and now an opportunity perhaps for Wellington United to slip and beyond there. Opportunity. And now a foul. So Gilchrist coming out and making sure she's not beaten by giving away the foul. Carlton on the ball. Van Dort again. I think we're going to say this a few times today. Carlton and Van Dort combining on halfway, trying to build the play. Van Dort with that dangerous long pass is intercepted by Gilchrist. And again, Oliver Bell doing a great job of holding the ball up, but unable to connect with the teammate. And here's Sarah Morton charging down the left wing, gets the better of Dykstra, who does well to force a corner. And so we have an opportunity for the first set piece. Interesting to see Jade Paris coming across to take the corner. You'd think she'd be the one in the box scoring the tap-ins, but obviously backs herself in her delivery. Who'll be the targets for Eastern Suburbs on this one, do you think, Katie?
Oh, I'm looking at Paige now, parking herself right in front of Simons. And as you can see, struggling with the sun, so I think they'll go for the keeper pack.
Keeper pack, here it goes. Paris, near post. Oh, it's hit the post, but never in doubt, I don't think. Well, it looked like an attempted keeper pack.
Yeah, and I think it might be something we continue to see in the women's game. It's certainly in the A-League women, something that's a common theme in most games. So it'll be interesting to see how Wellington United deal with that and how Simons especially decides to deal with that. Do you get your defenders in and add more chaos, or do you back yourself to get up and grab it yourself?
No, Molly Simons. I think she might go for the latter. Get herself up and catching things. She's brave in the air. Long arms as well. Ball thrown in here towards Kate Carlton. Deep delivery from her on her right foot. And easily dealt with by Simons. Throwing it out to Robertson. Opportunity to build here for Wellington United again. Ball given away. Just a little touch in midfield from Ella Finley that secures the ball again for them. Eastern Suburbs in possession, back to Karina Brown. Van Dort again finding some support on the right hand side from Carlton. Inside ball now to Lucy Carter on the switch of play to Sarah Morton, who gets an opportunity one-on-one here. Straight past McCarthy. Ball into the box on her left foot as well, dealt with by Rosie Wild. Morton again tussling for the ball. Back into Carter. Chipped into the box and confidently dealt with by Simons. But probably a common thread here, Katie. Eastern Suburbs looking for those more direct passes into the box over the back four. Haven't quite found a connection yet though.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. They are trying to expose Wellington United in behind, but you've got the likes of Paris, who's quality at holding the ball up, so I'd like to see them continue to play off her a little bit more and create proper quality chances.
Yeah, I think the quality of Sarah Morton cutting in off the left as well and being able to shoot on that right foot of hers is going to, I think her and Paris, that's a really nice combination to have, but probably just lacking the runner into the box, really, aren't they? They're chipping the ball in there without necessarily a runner coming in and attacking the ball. So I guess it's a case of, does the run need to match the pass or the pass need to match the run? And I think in this case, the Suburbs is about seeing that run first and making sure that there is actually someone in the box other than Molly Simons to hit the ball to, as Brown looks for the switch of play. Big header by Barrett. Up the left wing, can't control it that time. Catterwood, throw in for Eastern Suburbs. Good challenge there by Barrett. Strom unable to keep the ball alive. So good battle ensuing out there between Barrett and Irina Wong, who's playing as a right wing back for Eastern Suburbs. A very high one at that, Katie. She's way up there, isn't she?
Yeah, she is, and Morton's doing the same at times, and it is leaving Barrett and McCarthy a little bit in two minds. So far they've dealt with it well, but it will be something that continues to cause some issues if Eastern Suburbs are to utilise them. Here's
an opportunity here for Oliver Bell. Alder, oh, that was the opportunity there. impeccable positioning by Carlton on that occasion. And here is Wong, charging and beyond, looking for Page. Tall figure of Olivia Page into the box, ball back into Arena Wong. And great cover defending that time for Wellington United. Well, I tell you what, if that pass from Alder had made its way through, Katie, I think we might have had the first real high-quality chance for Wellington United.
I think so, and that's exactly what we want to see from Wellington United, is using the likes of Oliver Bell and Alder's holding up play skills and releasing Gemma Catherwood or Gemma Robertson in behind.
Yeah, I just think with how far up the pitch the wing-backs play for Eastern Suburbs, it's a real opportunity to try and find space in those wide areas. Ball to be delivered this time by Carter, outswinging right foot. Cleared only as far as Wong. Back wide to Carter, who gets an opportunity to reload her delivery. Header is a little bit ugly by Gilchrist. Alder flicking it on a little further. Head now driving into the Wellington United half. The Wellington United half, and ball out wide to Morton. Again, that right-footed in-swinging cross from her is dangerous, looking for the run of Page. And she appears to be the target. Olivia Page is tall and quick. Midfield player who can run through. She might be the one that can get on the end of those chipped crosses. Thrown in by Head, sloppy bit of play, looking for Paris's feet, as you would. Here she is again with the throw-in. Morton in possession of the ball, playing it back to Van Dort. Switches out through Carlton. Plenty of space out there, very deep. Gemma Catherwood on that left-hand side for Wellington United, just trying to cut the pass into the wing-back, isn't she, as opposed to stepping out and trying to put pressure on the centre-back. So something to note as Alder turns the ball over. Robertson with the chip in behind, looking for the run of Catherwood. Brown is confident to come outside of her box and deal with that long ball. Van Dort with a lovely pass into Morden. This game's starting to open up now. Eastern Suburbs advancing the ball over halfway through Head. Pass into midfield is for Blackler. Head again, combining nicely the centre back, although couldn't quite get the timing of the pass on that occasion. With Ella Finley. Don't tend to go through the midfielders as much, do they? Eastern Suburbs, should say. The likes of Carter, Finley and Blackler have been bypassed a little bit as they look to play it into the feet of their more attacking players. Half an hour gone here at Newtown Park. Head with the throw-in, looking to Morton, cleared away for a corner kick by the looks. Yes, it is a corner kick off McCarthy. How would you sum up the first half an hour, Katie?
Yeah, it's gone by pretty quick actually, but I think both teams are just still struggling to really settle into play. Eastern Suburbs probably doing the better job of that so far, but again, I'd really like to see both teams midfield three involved a bit more in the back end of this first half.
Another keeper crush. Paris a much better ball this time, headed away by Wild, cleared further by Robertson. Yeah, really trying to put the numbers in the 6-yard box from those in-swinging corners, Eastern Suburbs. Yeah, interesting to note there. Top scorer taking them. As United look to build the play up the left wing, going back into Simons from Barrett. Simons playing into Rosie Wild. She's got time and space to drive here. Closed down though, quickly by Finley. Still on the ball, Wild. Ball given away though to Blackler. Here's an opportunity for Eastern Suburbs on the counter-attack. Page charging through the middle, and a vital interception that time by Hope Goes wide to Wong. Arena Wong on the left foot this time. Good defending, good positioning. Wellington United able to clear the ball up towards Alder, although nobody running off her that time, which will frustrate her. And the ball comes back through Carter. Now Finley. Finding Blackler. Nice 1-2 combination with Page on that occasion. Cleared again. So Wellington United just under the pump a little here. And already some hands on knees, Katie. A little bit of tiredness creeping in what is effectively pre-season for these players.
Yeah, they are starting to look a little bit tired, and I think both teams, well, especially Wellington United, will be looking forward to getting to half-time and just being able to regroup and settle again. Eastern Suburbs might, though, on the other hand, be looking to put one in the back of the knee and go in on the lead, but there's some very determined defenders in the Diamond side, so it should be interesting.
Headed by Gilchrist and turned over by Finley. Shot from range is from Carter, and that was probably a little bit, just a little bit over the top, that one, I would say. Never likely to trouble Wally Simons from there. Touch wood, of course. Ball into Wild, building up from the back, Wellington United. Playing to Gilchrist. Barrett is free on the opposite side, but they can't find her. It's a nice high press from Eastern Suburbs, isn't it? Very good at just cutting off the passing lanes and forcing Wellington United into the mistake. Brown in position. Very comfortable goalkeeping from her. Challenge that time is by Dykstra, coming out onto the right wing to make a tackle, and she wins the ball. Throw in for Wellington United. McCarthy with an opportunity to throw this up the line. Gives it straight back to Eastern Suburbs. Carlton with a swift piece of play to get past Cattlewood on that occasion. Page again looking dangerous in possession of the ball. Here she is down the right-hand side. Olivia Page. Good defending, though, that time from the captain, Strom. But another corner for Eastern Suburbs. Starting to stack up now, the set-piece opportunities. The out-swinging boot of Lucy Carter this time. And what's your prediction on the out-swinging right footer, Katie?
I do like an out-swinging corner, Jessie. It'll be interesting to see, again, if the runs can match the ball that's delivered. I think that's the ongoing theme for Eastern Suburbs. But they've got some big heads in there with the likes of Van Dor, who I know likes to score some goals off set pieces, so we'll see if she can do so now.
Here's a delivery. Not cleared by Barrett. Was cleared, though. I think that was Gilchrist with the clearance. Might have been Gemma Robertson. Here is Lucy Carter. Combining with Blackler into the 18-yard area she goes. Not able to go any further. Wong with the chance to deliver. And does well to protect the ball on that occasion. Marina Wong. Chipped in behind by Carter. Controlled by Gilchrist. Wild plays it out to Strom. Wild again into Dykstra. It's a nice little passing combination. Gets Wellington United out of trouble that time. Looking to play forward. And United's turn to try and pull the bricks out of the Eastern Suburbs wall and see if they can get goal scoring opportunity. Wild. Back into Gilchrist. Simons finds Wild. A little bit of cat and mouse here. Eastern Suburbs starting to apply the pressure through Paris. Does a great job forcing Wild into the long pass. And here's the towering presence of Page again. Lovely combination, looking to find Finley. He looked fouled in the build-up. Referee Don Barry agrees. Free kick for Eastern Suburbs, and maybe a little bit further out than a dangerous position, I guess. Be interesting to see who fancies a strike here. I'm not surprised that it is Jade Paris. I think another one of the big losses today, Kate, would be Taylor O'Brien from Eastern Suburbs, who scored 10 goals in the season. She's not here today. So I think the goal scoring falls to Paris. Another interesting thing to note is Eastern Suburbs player on the bench getting the phone out to film this. So there's some excitement as Paris strikes. Oh, maybe not one for the highlights tape, that one. I've never seen that before in a game.
No, I haven't seen that one, and you know, with the game live streamed, I'm a bit surprised to see it, but you've always got to get every angle for a good free kick goal, but unfortunately Simon's not troubled there.
All the build up. You never know, that might be Jade Paris's phone, and she's asked for it to be. She said, every time I get a free kick within distance, can you please film it? So yeah, well, that's a first for me. Not the things I didn't expect to see turning up to the ground today. There's Brown with the lovely clip out to Wong. Wonderful first touch. Ball inside to Page is turned over by Oliver Bell. Gilchrist back into Simons again, which is becoming a bit of a theme here for Wellington United. A little bit of instruction coming from the Wellington United coaching staff, perhaps just to try and get them to keep the ball in areas a little bit higher up the pitch. Simons chips it and beyond. Good pressure from Catterwood, but Eastern Suburbs was able to play out through the press. Here's Carter, ball into the feet of Page. Defended again by Gilchrist. And another free kick. See if the phone comes out this time. Might be a little bit far away. Two robust centre backs, aren't they? Gilchrist and Wild, as Eastern Suburbs play quickly into the feet of Morton. Right-footed ball, Page unable to control. And then a speculative effort from Blattler, and Paris following up in case Simons made a mistake. But yeah, two very robust centre halves, aren't they? Katie, Rosie Wild and Hope Gilchrist.
Yeah, two great defenders and two good drivers of the ball as well. So they do a massive role for Wellington United in their build-up play. But you'd just like to see them be a bit more confident to use their midfield three. Strom's confident on the ball, and hopefully she can link up with the likes of Dykstra and Oliver Bell to create a real promising attack.
Yeah, we saw before the combination of Dykstra, Strom and Barrett to get out of a tight situation, which, yeah, I think you're right. Perhaps instead of going centre-back, and then chipping it, they could use the midfield as an opportunity for Rachel Head charging up the left-hand side. Back into Morton. This is where she's dangerous, Sarah Morton. Right-footed delivery this time is again straight at Molly Simons. And, well, she's got her money's worth today, isn't she, Molly Simons? A lot of, catching practice might be a little bit harsh, but not being overly tested, let's say, for the amount of touches she's had on the ball.
No, but she'll be happy, I guess, happy with the half, of being able to be involved in play, and she's someone that wants to be involved as much as possible, and hopefully her distribution can continue to set things up for Wellington United. She's been probably one of the highest pass completion rates in the team, so they do need to look to use her a bit more. Two good goalkeepers from both sides with their feet. So
second ball here, creating a bit of trouble. Gemma Robertson on the ball. Manages to keep possession of the ball. Good win that time by Van Dort. Robertson with a lovely pass into the feet of Catterwood. First real opportunity United to break into the box, unable to do so. Catterwood back to the feet of McCarthy. Strom finds Wild, across to Gilchrist. I just noticed in that moment when the long ball was played before, Pepe Oliver Bell dropping into midfield, not getting the ball to her feet, and a little bit of a frustrated wave of the arms, if you like, as the ball was played forward and towards order. And I think you're right, Katie, the centre-backs being able to play through midfield is going to help Wellington United at least secure the ball in the half of Eastern Suburbs for a little bit longer, isn't it?
yeah, and I think in a big game like this, you just want to keep the focus of your entire team, and the best way to do that is keeping them on the ball as much as possible. And Oliver Bell will want to be on the ball, so it's important that they do look to find her when they can.
There's the quality we're talking about of Sophie Dykstra. Lovely ball from McCarthy into the feet of Robertson. Is a hard one to control. It's going to roll towards the corner flag. Wellington United throw. And just a note there of Don Barry as well. Another excellent advantage in that he played in that passage of play. Third or fourth time he's played a really good advantage, as we see a replay of the free kick that Paris was thinking might be the one for the highlights reel. Not on this occasion. McCarthy with the throw into Robertson. Across the second time is into the side netting. Haven't had any sort of prolonged time in the Eastern Suburbs defensive third, have they, Wellington United, in possession of the ball?
No, not so much, and especially with players like Alder and Oliver Bell, who do like to play in those tight spaces. It would be good to see it happen a little bit more, so hopefully that Robertson and Catherwood can expose that space between the wide centre back and the wing back. Seen a little bit of a shift of the front three. Alder gone out to the left, Robertson taking the centre forward role, and Catherwood on the right.
Yeah, maybe just looking to get a little bit more, I think maybe some defensive support on that left-hand side, Wellington United, where Wong, as we mentioned before, has been really, really high up the pitch. So maybe just putting Alder out there to try and track her run a little bit more, or maybe the opposite, try and get some pressure on Kate Carlton, who hasn't really been pressurised when she's been building the ball up. Ball given away by Brown. Good win by Strom. Headed back by Carlton. Teichstra gets up over Page, who's probably a foot taller, I would say, from a distance. Wong with a testing pass back to Carlton, but Wellington United not pressing on this moment. And Brown again building. Alder looking to put pressure on Carlton, sorry. Chipped into the air by Brown. Oliver Bell wins it on the second attempt, and here he's given away by Strom. That's probably the frustrating part, is a lot of sort of turnovers in that middle of the pitch. As much as we've been talking about the quality of the midfielders, there have been a lot of turnovers in those areas. Van Dort is able to clear the ball. We count down towards half-time. Just over a minute remaining here at Newtown Park in the first half. Katie, who do you think will be happy with their first half performance out of these two teams?
I think both teams will ultimately be happy, but I think Eastern Suburbs have looked a little bit more in the driver's seat on this occasion. It will be interesting, though, what changes they do come out with. We're seeing Wellington United take a little bit more of a hand in this game, but again, just giving the ball away in the middle of the park.
Yeah, Wild losing possession that time. Page out towards Morton. This could be, I was going to say, it could be the opportunity that Eastern Suburbs needed before half-time to try and break that deadlock, but throw into Wellington United. And I think both coaches would have said to their teams before the game that at worst case, let's just get in at 0-0 at half-time. So and if the score stays that way, then probably two reasonably happy teams, I would suggest. Maybe a couple of little tweaks for the coaching staff to make. We've already seen Wellington United changing the makeup of their front three, and there is the half-time whistle. Blown by Don Barry, and we'll head into the break at 0-0 here at Newtown Park. Katie, what's your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, I think it's a very pre-season game from what we can see. Both teams just struggling to keep the ball for very long, but the positive side is both teams have looked strong defensively, and I think that's a credit to the coaching staff of both sides. Their shapes look good. It's now just in possession, being able to hold the ball and create some real quality chances. And yeah, it'll be interesting how the second half begins to open up and see how fit both teams are, but a great game for the neutral, and really looking forward to the second half.
Yeah, can't wait for the second half here at Newtown Park, but for the time being, we are going to head away for a short break. The score at half-time, the home side Wellington United 0 and the visiting Eastern Suburbs 0.
But like, yeah, but like, I was such a dead league for a bit. I like kind of like. You all right now? Yeah, it was just my face, and the dead league just doesn't come back. I was like, I can't feel it. No.
Time flies by and I see beyond the disguise. Look into the sun's eyes. Love happens.
days are on their way. Forever's how long they'll stay. Brighter days are on their way. Chasing sunsets in the sky. Won't let these moments pass us by. Take my hand, don't be afraid. The brighter days are on their way. Brighter days are on their way. Forever's how long they'll stay. Brighter days are on their way.
Welcome back to a sunny Newtown Park for the second half of the Kate Sheppard Cup semi-final. We've seen an entertaining first 45 minutes of football here between Wellington United and Eastern Suburbs from Auckland, but nobody able to find that quality touch to take the lead. Just prepare for the second half here. Both teams going through their final instructions as we see some highlights from the first half. One of the better opportunities here for Sarah Morton, well dealt with by Molly Simons, who's probably been the standout player so far. Zoe Barrett's audacious attempt from long range, which we'll say was purposeful, but nearly caught Karina Brown off her line. An opportunity that Wellington United spurned as well on the fast break. Sarah Waters looked lively in that position, being able to turn the ball over. Jay Paris's hopeful free kick. Katie Barrett, it's been the delivery of Sarah Morton that's probably been the best method for Eastern Suburbs, really, hasn't it, in the first half?
Yeah, it has looked dangerous. It's, again, just hopefully they can find either the likes of Paris who can play off to someone else to finish, or you're just delaying that ball into the box a little bit more so they can get some quality runs to match the quality of the ball.
Yeah, I think that'll be a real topic for their halftime debate. How do they get more players into the box attacking the ball? The likes of Olivia Page, Jay Paris, dangerous players in the air. Might just be able to convert those and swinging crosses as both teams make their way back out onto the field here at Newtown Park. Newtown Park, of course, a historic venue in Wellington. 5 Chatham Cup finals being hosted here, the most recent in 2012. Where Lower Hutt went down to Central United. I'm not going to say any more on that before I get messages from some of my Lower Hutt friends. And of course the 2007 Women's National League final was also hosted here at Newtown Park. So a historic venue, steeped in history. And both of these sides looking to make history for themselves. Wellington United looking to get into the Kate Sheppard Cup final for the first time in their history, and the first Wellington team to do so since 2000. Sorry, Buildup United, the last capital football team to qualify for the Kate Sheppard Cup final. They did it twice, 99 and 2000, and then 4 years before that, Petone were in all 4 finals and lost all of them. I believe Wendy Henderson is in that team, Katie?
Yeah, Wendy Henderson was. I think you might have also been able to see Maureen Jacobson play there. So, yeah, an incredible Petone side. And hopefully, you never know, this year, back into this year, Petone Women's might be able to make that history again. But for now, we'll stick to the replay of the 2021 semi-final.
That's a big call. That's a big call. Petone FC for the Kate Sheppard Cup this year. I'm on board. I'm all for it. Of course, the Eastern Suburbs are the defending champions, having won their 2019 final. But it's Wellington United who get us underway. Sarah Alder with the kickoff, and it'll be interesting to see if there's been changes made to either side at half-time, whether that be personnel or some little tactical changes, as Rosie Wild with the ball over the top to Sarah Alder. Good challenge from Rebecca Van Dort. Wellington United ball. And first change I've noticed is the centre-backs have swapped sides for Wellington United. Wild's come across to the left. Gilchrist across to the right. Might just prefer the grandstand side of the pitch, Katie.
Yeah, not too sure what that one's about. Both players capable on both feet, but maybe Rosie Wild wants to be closer to the live stream.
Well, that's right. Or maybe Hope Gilchrist wants to be further away.
This is true, but you'd think the birthday girl would want her debut on camera. But I'm sure there's some thinking and rationale to that change.
So the opportunity here for Robertson, and an early corner kick in the second half. Assistant referee Alex Dolberg on the far side points to the corner, and an opportunity for Wellington United to load the box.
Sarah Alder's got a quality left foot delivery here. The only challenge is Newtown Park doesn't have a whole lot of space for corner takers, so it'll be interesting if she can get the quality we know she has.
Yes, it's a tight, very tight sort of areas. Alder, 2 hands up. We'll see what that means. In swinging delivery is onto the roof of the net. Oh, that looked close.
It sure did. I wasn't too sure until it hit the net. Crowd's loving that one, so hopefully that'll give some confidence to this Wellington United side.
There's the replay there, and no, comfortably on the roof. I think Karina Brown had it covered the whole way. But well, it would have been an interesting start to the second half. Goal direct from a corner. Absolute coach killer for Eastern Suburbs. As Gilchrist sends the ball back. Lovely ball over the top though from Carter. Finds the run of Sarah Morden, who was impressive in the first half. Looking into the box for Olivia Page. Just too far in front. Zoe Barrett able to cover the ground. Wong, excellent challenge on her. Left hand side of the pitch by Catherine Wood, and earns the throw in. Well, that was a great opportunity for Sarah Morden to try and find Olivia Page. Katie, like we talked about in the first half, that's the combination, you'd think.
Yeah, much better run into the box, and saw Page just about meeting the ball, which is what you want to see.
Yeah, she is a real athlete, Olivia Page. One of the top 6 minute. Was it six? How fast can you run 6K?
Yeah, she can run pretty far in 6 minutes from what I can see from the Eastern Suburbs Instagram. Second best female at the club. So we'll see what she can do in the next 6 minutes here. Have a watch.
Yeah, we'll see how much ground she can cover. I don't think she'll mind as long as she can put the ball back of the net as Robertson chips the ball up towards Alder. Well dealt with, though, by Van Dort, who's been exceptional in the air. Page wins the flick on. Wild, a little bit apprehensive in possession, and now the opportunity for Blackler to try and find a ball and beyond, but she can't do so. Zoe Barrett, right-footed pass. Alder is fouled that time by Carlton. Lovely use of her body there, Sarah Alder, to get in front and block the oncoming defender from the ball and earn herself a free kick.
Does Barrett fancy another long shot attempt?
Well, I'm fascinated to see Karina Brown setting up a wall here. She's on the near post. She's again, not something I thought I'd see today. Goalkeeper setting up a wall for a 40-yard free kick, but she has been warned, hasn't she, by Barrett's earlier strike. Chipped into the box this time, comes out to Dykstra. Lovely control, pass not so lovely, ball given away. Blackler into the feet of Wong. Beaten that to the ball by Barrett, and an opportunity for Cathwood this time. Can't quite deliver. Back into Carlton and back to Karina Brown. No real changes of note, I don't think, Katie, except for those centre-back swapping sides for Wellington United.
No, haven't seen much of a change or any new difference. Cathwood is looking to get on the ball a little bit more, and hopefully Robertson on the far side, which is good. It will be exciting for Wellington United, but we're also seeing Alder occupy that half space in between the wide centre-back and wing-back a little bit more too. So maybe some detail changes from the coaching staff, but nothing too new.
Yeah, something we noticed it in the first half was the way the Eastern Suburbs played with their, I suppose, their wide players and their defenders, if you like. You've got Wong, who's very much an up and down type of wing-back player on the right, and then on the left you've got Morton, who tends to stay a little higher up the pitch, supported by Head, who's willing to stay a little bit deeper, so almost a lopsided system that Suburbs are using. On the whole, it looks like a back three, but moments now where Wellington United have the ball and build up, well, I said it looks like a back four, and now Wong's come out to press the ball, so maybe we'll just stick to calling the game. As Gilchrist chips the ball up for Alder. Flick on is a good one. Robertson and Pepe Oliver Bell unable to secure possession of the ball, but they have a throw on the far side. And Robertson gets the ball in straight away. Here's Dykstra. Loose first touch gives Morton the opportunity to win possession of the ball. Again, some confrontation in midfield leads to Eastern Suburbs coming away with the ball. Down the left-hand side for Sarah Morton again. Left-footed crosses in towards Olivia Page. Just couldn't direct her header on target. That's what we've been calling for, Katie. Get Olivia Page in the box. Get Morton crossing the ball into her. Maybe that's where the opportunity will come. Good save from Simons. Blackler's pass is intercepted by Barrett. Ball now into Page, who's looked impressive. And the foul from Rosie Wild draws a long blow of the whistle from referee Don Barry. Probably not enough to warrant a yellow card. She wasn't really in motion, was she, Page? She was changing direction, but still a late challenge from Wild. She's exciting to me, Olivia Page. I think she's the one, Katie. I think she's the one to score.
Yeah, not a gambling woman, but it does look like Paige will be the one to open the scoring today.
Either that or Zoe Barrett from an audacious range has looked the most two likely routes to goal. The ball to be delivered by Lucy Carter on this occasion. Or not. Ball wide into Wong. Wong's delivery is not the best. Probably a case of playing the percentages there, Eastern Suburbs, wasn't it? Should have really just got into the box in the semi-final. See what happens. Committed to playing it from the back, aren't they, Wellington United? It's good to see. It's that Dutch influence on the club, isn't it?
Yeah, it must be. I think Wild and Gilchrist are two players that want to get on the ball, and they'll be demanding that from Simons, but hopefully also just inviting Eastern Suburbs to press a little bit more so that it does open up opportunities to find their front three.
Ball and beyond to Alder, dealt with by Van Dorder, puts out for a throw-in. Yeah, committed to playing out from the back, but Molly Simons does have a massive boot on her when she does get hold of it, so the opportunity to vary it up is there, I guess. McCarthy's ball is creating a little bit of issue for Eastern Suburbs, but they do manage to get control here through Wong, looking for Page, and it's the captain, Asher Strom, who comes across. Nice little turn from Blackler, turned over again by Oliver Bell. I think it's a foul. It's a foul to Wellington United. I think Ella Finley might have run into the referee on that occasion. Don Barry giving away a free kick. He hasn't blown it. He's given a foul to Wellington United. And again, Zoe Barrett from a very long way out is has a wall in front of her being directed by Karina Brown. So see what her delivery is like on this occasion. Barrett in swinging on the right foot, headed away by Morton. Good challenge from Dykstra, and Alex Delberg says Wellington United throw. McCarthy on the ball, gives it away though, looking for a skipper, Strom. Now Morton looking to drive. This is where she's so dangerous. And passing behind as well, dealt with by McCarthy on this occasion. Here's Paris, the goal scorer. Oh, sorry, the goal scoring player. She hasn't scored yet today. Bit of a Bell probably had time to take a second touch there as she gives the ball away. Lovely pass this time from Wong in towards Olivia Page. Two number 13s going at it. Rosie Wild, clearance was charged down, and excellent defending in the end from Hope Gilchrist to get in front of Jade Paris, and some desperation from Asher Strom to get the ball out. But Eastern Suburbs, Katie, they're looking the more likely side again, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and it'll be interesting to see how long the likes of... Just watch that one come in. Simon says all right, yeah. It will be interesting how long the likes of Wild, Gilchrist and Strom, three very good body on the line defenders, how long they can hold out. But hopefully, if Wellington United can do a little bit better in possession, it'll just help them save some energy, and they can make those big challenges when it does count.
Throw in here to Eastern Suburbs on the grandstand side of Newtown Park. Carlton with the throw. Marina Wong who did have quite a heavily strapped knee, is taking the bandage off. So just a small delay in play. Page backwards into Carlton. Driving inside, the centre back Carlton finding opportunity through Finlay to play forward, is given away. Ball goes back to Rachel Head. Playing back into Karina Brown. Chipping it forward, looking for Morton. Does well to keep the ball in on that side. Sarah Morton, lovely turn this time by Finlay. Morton again. Inviting Head into the game. Driving forward is Rachel Head. Down the left-hand side. Intercepted by Strom, who's been excellent today at being able to turn over those opportunities for Wellington United. Throw and goes to Eastern Suburbs. Referee Don Barry saw differently to Alex Delberg. Ball thrown into Finlay, cleared by Strom. Just interesting to note here, Katie, how deep Gemma Cathwood is coming.
Yeah, you do wonder if she's been given the instructions to follow or stick with Wong. Which makes sense tactically, but also hopefully we find the chance for her to free up in position, because she is a real threat for United.
So here's Oliver Bell, who's done a good job of turning the ball over, and she's good to watch when she gets her head of steam up. Pepe Oliver Bell does a great job there takes them further up the pitch. Dykstra now in possession, protecting the ball well and passing it, unfortunately, onto the running track. Yeah, she is certainly being tasked with a job, isn't she, Gemma Cathwood, of coming down the pitch and dealing with the threat of Arena Wong. I suppose in contrast, the two more of attacking midfielders, Wellington United, Dykstra and Oliver Bell, staying a little higher up the pitch, which allowed them to get that breakaway on that occasion. So, again, maybe something the coaches have seen. Allow them to get a breakaway at the centre of the pitch. Simons, testing ball into Barrett. He hasn't dealt with it particularly well, and Strom puts a boot through it and says that's how we play. Catherwood absolutely fouls Carlton there. But just a little lack of precision from Wellington United as they go to the bench for their first change, Katie.
Yeah, it looks like Catherwood's going to slip into a more familiar role of fullback, and McCarthy makes way for Olive Lynch-Gerard, a natural centre midfielder. Again, another young player. McCarthy should be proud of herself, called into the starting side late this morning, actually. And Lynch-Gerard, a great opportunity for her to play in a big game like this.
Ball is played in by Eastern Suburbs, and here's a first touch for Lynch-Gerard into a sliding tackle straight away. Welcome to the semi-final. Finlay in possession of the ball now. Back into Kate Carlson, who's seen a lot of possession today. Sloppy touch from Finlay, she gets away with it. Blackler using Carter, now going back again through Carlton. Chipped ball in behind to Wong. And good defending on that occasion by Pepe Olival to force the ball out for a goal kick for Wellington United.
Looks like Oliver Bell's gone into the left forward position as well, so that'll be interesting. It'll be something different for Wellington United, and possibly instead of seeing those balls sent through, we might see a little bit more of her holding up the ball again as she drifts out to the right wing after all that.
I think Gemma Robertson's come across and asked to swap with her, so Robertson will play off the left, Oliver Bell off the right, Alder through the middle for the time being at least, and Lynch-Gerard coming in to the midfield alongside Dykstra and Strom. Here is Robertson finding Lynch-Gerard, looking for the right-footed pass in behind, but can't quite find the run of Oliver Bell. Karina Bound chipping the ball out to Morton. Here's Finlay. Ball forward is a good one, finding the feet of Morton, and I think they need to use the feet of Jay Paris there, Katie. I just think she's so good receiving the ball into her body and being able to take a good first touch that you've got to find her feet in that occasion as opposed to running and beyond against two excellent defenders in Gilchrist and Wild.
Yeah, and I think what it will do if they find Paris's feet, it'll suck Wild and Gilchrist in, which will then hopefully open up that space for Page or Morton in behind the two centre backs.
Yes, for sure. And I think, as we mentioned before, obviously Jay Paris is the top scorer in this team. Top scorer in the NRFL division last year with 11 goals. Taylor O'Brien not here, she scored 10. The top scorer in the Cup this year is none other than Grace Jarley, who's just finished her inaugural season in professional football with the Wellington Phoenix last night. So congratulations to Grace on a great season. 6 goals in the A-League Women's for her, and not available for Eastern Suburbs today. They'll be disappointed to know, but she had a good season last year, scoring 5 goals in the NRFL division and 2 goals in the Kate Sheppard Cup to go with her 6 she scored for the Phoenix. Throw in on the far side by Cathwood is given away. Dykstra's left one in there on Lucy Carter, who went down with a little bit of a yelp. She looks to be in quite a bit of discomfort here, but she bounces back up. Just a late challenge from Sophie Dykstra, nothing more. Interesting, Katie, maybe just a little change to the way that Wellington United's midfield's operating. In the first half it looked to be Dykstra and Strom side by side with Oliver Bell as a more attacking midfielder, and now it would appear that Strom is playing on her own as like a single defensive midfielder, and Dykstra perhaps just a little bit higher, joining Lynch Gerard as a more attacking midfield player. Lovely pass there from Alder into Oliver Bell. Playing wide now to the supporting run of Dykstra. Morton coming back in defence is excellent work rate from these Eastern Suburbs wide players, Wong and Morton. Here is Catherwood looking for a left-footed ball into the box, which doesn't quite work. Strom again. So would you say Catherwood's more of a left back than a right back, Katie?
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself. Catherwood with a natural left foot and Barrett with a natural right foot, both playing on opposite sides. It'll be interesting if that's intentional or whether they look to change that at an appropriate time of the game. But potentially they are trying to play inside more to the likes of Alder.
Ball played for by Barrett. Yeah, it's interesting. You could have. Well, they've already swapped the right centre back and the left centre back sides. You could swap the right back and the left back, and they'd probably be more favourable sides. But it's obviously a method to it. Maybe it's that Zoe Barrett shot in the first half that we saw. That's just. It's more of an option, I suppose, with her cutting it off the left, isn't it? Than
yeah, and
charging up the right.
Catherwood's got a lot of pace to her, so it's also potentially to negate the pace of Morton.
Dykes with a lovely pass into Robertson. I think Alder probably could have predicted that pass was coming from Robertson. She hasn't necessarily threatened her behind, is she, today, Sarah Alder? She wants the ball to feet. Two very similar centre forwards in that respect, I guess, these two teams, with Alder and Paris. Very much hold-up players. Brown chipping it nicely into the midfield. Great distribution again from the goalkeeper. Page is back into Carlton. Finlay giving the ball away there is Carter. Just interesting to note, Eastern Suburbs head coach Stephen Hall asking for his wing-backs. Can we find our wing-backs in behind, which might just show us a little bit of what they're all about in the second half, as Eastern Suburbs go to the bench for the first time. Aria Blackler is replaced by number 18, Lexi Sheed. It's interesting to see if that leads to a change.
Yeah, it has been great with the Eastern Suburbs. They're starting to use Finlay a lot more, and she's looking really tidy in possession, so hopefully Sheed, that's come on as well, will continue to complete a few more passes in the midfield to hopefully then find the right moment to release either Page in behind or the feet of Paris.
Yeah, she looks to have dropped straight into that midfield position that Blackler had been operating in. So appears to be a straight swap from Eastern Suburbs. Here's another run from Sarah Morton. Great cross in towards Wild, who deals with it in uncomfortable fashion. She's got a fan club up on the far side there, Sarah Morton. I'm just seeing there's not many fans here at Newtown Park today with the red light rules, but there is a Sarah Morton fan club up on the far side of the pitch. Here's Barrett cutting inside, lovely ball on her right foot towards Oliver Bell. Opportunity for Wellington United through Pepe Oliver Bell. Ball is across, and it's in! What a goal! That's across to me, Katie, but Pepe Oliver Bell was the goal scorer in the 67th minute. And Wellington United lead 1-0. What do you make of that?
Oh, it's games like these where goals like that tend to happen, and Oliver Bell's a tricky one. You never know. As cool as you like it, does she put it in on purpose, or is it a cross that's ended up in the goal? We'll have a look at it again here.
Well, first of all, we talked about the right foot of Barrett playing off the left, and that's maybe why. What an excellent pass, and then, I'm sorry, but that's a cross for me from Pepe Oliver Bell, but she won't care. Wellington United with a 1-0 lead here over Eastern Suburbs. Pepe Oliver Bell is the scorer. Wow, that's... have Wellington United even had a touch in Eastern Suburbs box? I'm not even sure they have, but that's a wonderful goal from Oliver Bell. Who needs to go in the box when you can do that, eh?
It'll be interesting where the Eastern Suburbs continue to be nice and calm in position, which it looks like they're trying. However, as the game ticks on, we'll have to see. Do they try to find Paris straight away, or do they continue to build through the midfield three, which has looked nice? Wellington United, on the other hand, up in the attacking third straight away.
Robertson this time with the right-footed chip out to Oliver Bell, who's just maybe feeling it now, feeling a bit of a hot streak coming on. She wants the ball. Brown for the first time knocks it long, which is perhaps a sign of intent from Eastern Suburbs. The ball is not kept in by Barrett after a poor header from Gilchrist, so maybe just a small change in approach there from Suburbs, or at least a look into what they're trying to do. What a turn that is from Olivia Page. Charging down the right-hand side, gets a cross of her own in. It's over the bar on this occasion, trying to replicate what we've just seen from Pepe Oliver Bell.
Molly Simons with the semi-final tactics already of taking a sip of a drink bottle, but Wellington United get us under play, playing out from the back once again.
Oh, okay, here we go. A little bit more pressure from Eastern Suburbs applied that time. We talked about Wellington United being keen to play out from the back. I wonder if that changes. I think Simons could take longer, Katie. I think she could. There's definitely some more in her locker that take a little bit longer on these goal kicks. Go get the other ball. So. Probably tell the ball girl in behind the goal to maybe go and find another area of the Newtown Park to go and stand in. So Eastern Suburbs building up now. Intercepted. Brilliant interception by Rosie Wild, but she gives it away. Carlton finds Page now wide to Finley, who's really starting to make an impact on this game. Ball into the substitute Sheed, who's unable to connect her pass. Replay of that goal again. Oliver Bell. Interesting Brown's positioning. She's very near post there, isn't she? She ends up outside her near post, which I think she'll be disappointed with that, Karina Brown. Ball thrown along by Barrett into Balder, is dealt with by Van Dort. Here is Brown again. Using head. And chipping it out wide to Morton, can't keep it in, so maybe the pressure just starting to tell on Eastern Suburbs here. 20 minutes to go of the Kate Sheppard Cup semi-final for 2021. Of course, the winner of this game will play Hamilton Wanderers next Sunday in the grand final. Hamilton Wanderers into the Kate Sheppard Cup final for the first time, so wonderful for them. Not one of the top four in the NRFL for last year, so great achievement for Wanderers, and see who they're playing against. Within the next 20 minutes we'll know who their opponent is. There's Sheed, the substitute, winning the ball. Page with the ball and beyond to Paris. Well dealt with by Simon, showing her ability to come off the line and sweep in behind her defence. Morton again, looking to connect. And again, just a long ball being played by Eastern Suburbs. I don't think they need to play Katie. I think it's Paris's feet that are the key.
Yeah, it was working before, and I don't know if the goal from Wellington United's changed their mental state at all, but they're just looking a little bit more panicked on the ball, and they just need to return things to how they were before the goal from Oliver Bell.
There's an opportunity for Sheed, tidy player Lexi Sheed, since she's come on, and to get on the ball in midfield. First signs of tiredness, I think, starting to creep in. Zoe Barrett, for sure, reaching down and just stretching the calves a little, so interesting last 20 minutes here. Ball into the box, looking for Page, is dealt with by Rosie Wild. How many times have we said that today? Hope Gilchrist this time, charging out and defending. Great to see. Referee Don Barry, though, says it's a little much and gives a free kick. Yeah, definitely some tired legs we see just out of your shot. Arena Wong stretching out her calves as well, so she's done a lot of work up and down the right-hand side today. Another opportunity for Eastern Suburbs to deliver from a dead ball. Lucy Carter. You're looking for the likes of Van Dort, Paris and Page. Lexi Sheed's throwing herself forward as well. Not sure how many headers she's going to win. The ball is delivered Over the bar by Carter that time. I think Molly Simon's making it look a little closer than it was.
Looks like Lara Smith is being possibly prepared near the Wellington United bench. Defender by nature, so I wonder if they're looking to get some fresh legs or if they're looking to shut up shop. We'll have to see in the next couple of minutes.
An excellent build-up here from United through Simons and Wild. Out now to Barrett, who has time to drive on the ball, but instead the pass into the feet of Alder is a poor one. Here is Van Dort again, driving into midfield, the captain. Ball in behind this time, looking for the run. It's Rachel Head, but it's a little too far. Goal kick. I definitely think if I'm Molly Simons, I'm asking the ball girl behind the goal to maybe at least just go down to one ball. You know, don't get the balls back so quickly. Mind you, if I'm the assistant coach of Wellington United, I've probably collected all the other match balls now and locked them away, I'd say. Just keep the one. Just keep the one out there, I reckon. That's all you need. Ball in behind is dealt with by Brown. And of course, the minute Eastern Suburbs score, you get them back out again.
Yeah, they hand it out to all the ball kids, all the fans.
Yeah. And if they go 2-0 up, throw away the key as Morton unable to control that ball. Simons again looking comfortable. Building out again, this time through Catherwood. Looking for Oliver Bell, the goal scorer. Dykstra pressured that time, but ends up in the Eastern Suburbs throw-in. Ryan Imre there in the back of your shot. Always down at getting photos of games, isn't he? Wainui Yamada, Football Club legend. Ball in behind. Interestingly dealt with that time by Molly Simons. Shout out to Imre Snaps. Check him out on Facebook after the game for probably photos of every single person at the ground, I would think. He's pretty good at that. Ball that time by Catherwood is just chipped into no man's lane, really. Nice combination by Morton. Page couldn't bring the ball under control. Here's Oliver Bell. Back into Dykstra. Page comes across and defends, and here's Morton now. Fouled by Dykstra. Referee Don Barry says play on. Morton into the box. Left-footed cross in towards Sheed. Is well dealt with again by Rosie Wild. Another chance for Morton though, Katie.
Yeah, she's still looking dangerous, and Wellington United's back four are looking more and more tired. They're hanging in there, but it's going to be interesting whether these crosses pay off. But Wellington United again find Oliver Bell and look dangerous.
Bit of confusion there. The Wellington United defenders calling offside. It looked an absolute offside for me. A yellow card is given to Hope Gilchrist, I believe. Is it a yellow card?
It looked a yellow card from Barry. Could have been a couple of words, although Gilchrist is a well-behaved defender, so it will be interesting to find out what that yellow card is for. We could have missed something.
Dykstra with a audacious attempt. I've written yellow card down, so if she does get another yellow card, I'll call a red straight away, and it probably wasn't even a yellow. I don't know. We'll see. He wasn't close enough, was he, to tell what he was really doing?
No.
Barry just turned around and...
Sunshine just shined down on whatever he was holding, but hopefully for Gilchrist's sake, there's no more fouls from her anyways.
In the last, 13 minutes plus change in this game, there's plenty more defending for Hope Gilchrist to do. As the ball over top is well dealt with in the end by Barrett. Hits the deck, and the referee gives an indirect free kick to Eastern Suburbs. I don't believe that one. I don't think Eastern Suburbs can quite believe that one either. Paris says, let's play quickly. That was certainly a foul on Barrett by the looks.
Yeah, you'd think she couldn't do a lot about getting up with the Eastern Suburbs player on top of her, but covered the ball according to the referee, and Eastern Suburbs got the free kick, but didn't end up making much of it.
I think if you get pushed on top of the ball, it should probably be a foul to the player who got pushed as opposed to being a foul against you for lying on the ball. But anyway, Robertson's ball in behind again is inaccurate, and again Alder's not making that run, so they need to find her feet really, don't they, and let her hold the ball up and try and bring players in and use up some time rather than just chipping it back into the Eastern Suburbs possession. Strong with a strong header that time. Wong throws it down the line. It's a good effort from Lexi Sheed to try and make something of it, but it is a goal kick. Not a lot of activity on either bench here, Katie. Both teams perhaps happy with the 11s they've got out there, which for what we've been saying, a game so early in the season is perhaps a little bit surprising.
Yeah, it will be interesting, I guess, how many of those substitutions were planned and how many had to change in the last couple of days, couple of hours for both teams. So both coaches probably just waiting to see who makes what move next and base their subs off that. Lara Smith still getting ready for Wellington United, so it'll be interesting to see where she slots into the side.
We've already mentioned the likes of Emma Main, Francesca Grange, Danny Olsen out as well for the Wellington United side, so they have named 5 substitutes, but probably, with all due respect, not as strong a bench as they were hoping to bring into this game, which with the one sub that they have made, perhaps they're happy with the conditioning of their players, and maybe Olive Lynch Gerard's the only one we'll see. So the ball is again very nicely played forward by Gilchrist. Here is Dykstra back into Wild. Lovely little piece of skill there from Rosie Wild to get past Olivia Page. Plays the ball out wide to Sarah Alder. This is what we want. Ball into her feet, able to hold the ball up. And there's that left foot you talked about, is Alder charging down the left wing just like old times. She's got the beating of 2 defenders. Into the box goes Alder. And that's, well, not as clinical a finish as it was a run. What a great run.
Yeah, she'll be a little bit disappointed with the end product on that, but fantastic footwork by Alder to beat not 1 but 2 Eastern Suburbs players.
It's fair to say that Arena Wong is struggling. She's still stretching as this plays build up. She's down in the very bottom of the pitch, just trying to stretch off what might just be some cramp, but I mean, she's definitely covered more ground than anyone else on the pitch today as that right wing back, so she has every reason to perhaps be starting to feel a little bit of cramp. Ball in behind from Van Dort. It's not a very composed one, but it's going to force Wellington United to throw the ball in deep in their own half. That's an interesting throwing technique. Eastern Suburbs not really pressing straight away, although the cavalry arrives now. Gilchrist chipping the ball up to the line to Catherwood. It was fouled after the ball had gone. Looks like Coach Stephen Hoyle will go to his bench here for the Lily Whites. Maybe at the next break of play they'll make that change. Simons pass into Strom, back into Gilchrist, chipping the ball forward nicely. That's a great pass into Lynch Gerard, looking for the run of Robertson in behind. So again, it's another change of that front 3, isn't it, Katie, for Wellington United? Gemma Robertson playing through the middle again.
Yeah, they are looking to do that a lot. It'll be interesting, I think, with Eastern Suburbs pushing forward and trying to create opportunities. It is leaving a lot of space in front of the back line of Eastern Suburbs, so I'd like to see Robertson pop off the front a little bit more and try receive in front rather than beyond. They don't need to score again. They're 1-0 up in the semi-final. And we see a substitution here.
Yeah, the ball slice clearance by Barrett has forced the corner for Eastern Suburbs, and as we predicted, it is Arena Wong who's been absolutely fantastic today on the right hand side for Eastern Suburbs. She's replaced by Danny Levi.
It'll be interesting to see if Simons did have a word with that ball kid, as she's told to hurry up by Carter, who looks to whip this one into the box.
Ball in by Carter is towards Paris. Great header by Strom, the captain, who's gone down in the aftermath. What a block that was with her face. And maybe just feeling it a little bit. Didn't appear to be hit with a lot of venom, but maybe with 7 minutes to go, there's an opportunity here for Strom to just take the sting out of matters a little bit.
Just off screen, Dijkstra's looking like she's getting some instructions from the coaching staff. It'll be interesting what those instructions are as an attacking midfielder. Do they want her to just sit back with Strom and just focus on keeping the ball out of the back of the net, or are they giving her some instructions for in position? It's hard to tell.
Some hand movements from the coaching staff. They're both doing the same thing, but I can't work out what they're saying.
Yeah. Looks like keep going, keep going, I think is the signal.
Just a double fist shake, wasn't it, really? Not sure what that is in technical terms. Strom looks a little worse for wear here.
Physio's doing a great job as well as making sure they're taking as long as possible to get off this field. Could just be being responsible with a head knock, but I'm sure there's some clever agenda in that one as well from Elliot Taylor.
Well, in that entire period of time, Zoe Barrett was stretching her calves the whole time. So there are definitely some tire legs out on this field. And I suppose, well, by the looks of it, Wellington United have decided, look, this is the 11 that's going to see us through.
Yeah, it might just be some late substitutions from them that we see trickle in to waste some time, but you've just got to hope that they can hang on, and you see Barrett get stuck. Get caught in position again. But now you just got to hope Eastern Suburbs can hold the ball and find a good attack.
It's a lovely pass into Paris is turned over by Gilchrist, but she can only do as much as chip it back to Eastern Suburbs. Here's Page with a strike from distance that will hit the crossbar. What an effort that was from Olivia Page. I said she was going to score. Oh, that was nearly the one as well. Here's Oliver Bell. Ball turned over in the midfield by Carter, who's had a good game, Lucy Carter. Ball into Morton. Dropping it back and switched again to Page, who's got a head of steam up since hitting the crossbar moments ago. Wild back to Simons, a left-footed clearance. It's only as far as Page is going to have another go. And Asher Strom learning her lessons, I think, on that one. Wild decides to keep the ball from going for a corner, but she's given it away. Ball is delivered. Oh, they've hit the post again. Danny Levi this time. Eastern Suburbs are knocking on the door. Here's an opportunity for Paris. What a moment that was for Eastern Suburbs. First of all, Page's strike, 40 yards at least off the crossbar. And then this ball in from Levi off the crossbar as well. Maybe it's not their day, Eastern Suburbs. They must be starting to think it's not going to happen for us. Ball back into Page. She might shoot again here. She wanted it, didn't she? Ball is now into Danny Levi, who again delivering from the right-hand side, cleared by Dijkstra. Levi controls the ball. Strom with a good challenge. Cleared away.
Here we go from Wellington United, slowly introducing the substitutes. It looks like...
So Veronique Basso.
I think it is. Yep, she's making way for who's walking the slowest off the field. Looks like Dijkstra making way. Great game management from her. I'm sure we'll see a couple more substitutes from United in these next few minutes.
You'd have liked Dijkstra to have got to halfway there and then it not have been her. You know, no, it's not you, Sophie, back you go.
Yeah.
Bring the player off on the further side, but I think Dijkstra's run her race. She's been excellent today in the engine room for Wellington United, so we'll see what Basso can bring for the last 5 or so minutes. Levi with a throw-in. Controlled by Finley. Back into Page, challenged by Robertson and Lynch Gerard. Here is Carlton, back into Brown, who's probably going to stay sitting up around this halfway line now, I think. The captain, Van Dort, charging forward with the ball. Left-footed pass is intercepted by Gilchrist. Gilchrist out to PP Oliver Bell. Great challenge, though, from Van Dort until the ball's given away by Lexi Sheed. First touch for the substitutes, Basso. Balls into the feet of Paris, who hasn't really had a shot in anger, but there's a lovely piece of hold-up play from her. Just couldn't time the run that time. The substitute, Danny Levi, but they have done well to quell the threat of Jay Paris today, haven't they, Katie?
Yeah, they have, and it looks like Alder's really dropped back in, almost replicating a back five with Barrett shifting into making a third centre back. But they'll do everything they can to hopefully make
opportunity.
First final.
Oh my goodness, that looked in from here. Quite sure who struck that, but I think it was Sarah Morton. Wonderful opportunity from the throw. She's smoked that. That's come down. That's closer than it looks from Sarah Morton. Just too high, evading the crossbar this time. Free kick given to Eastern Suburbs on the far side by referee Barry. Getting into some dangerous territory here late in the game. Morton again looking to shoot. No, she plays the ball down the line to Finley. Does well to keep the ball in. Finley cutting back onto her right foot, getting a shot away, cleared again by Gilchrist. Wellington United getting the free kick for the tackle on Oliver Bell, and that's just going to soak up some more time, Katie.
It will, and it looks like Wellington United with another substitute, Barrett, who's been stretching that cramp out for a while now, makes way slowly but surely for Lara Smith, a very young, promising player in the Wellington region, and she'll slot right into that backline comfortably.
Well, she won't have much say over what happens over the next 4 minutes of added time, Zoe Barrett, but she could be the one who created the goal that puts Wellington United into the Kate Sheppard Cup final for the first time. She's 4 minutes away from finding out her fate. Gilchrist with the free kick, playing long. Van Dort heads it back. Opportunity for Eastern Suburbs to build another attack. Carlton driving the ball wide into the substitute Sheed. Playing it forward to Page. Has been a danger all day. Cutting it back to Sheed. Elder gets in front. It looked an uncompromising challenge there from Sarah Alder, but referee says play on. Throw in from Carlton. Looking for the feet of Paris. Unable to find it on this occasion. Van Dort charging into the centre of the pitch. Van Dort with a strike. Oh, you can just picture it, the skipper. Simons, an interesting use of her time there, deciding to play out with her feet and just inviting the pressure back. It's not great game management from the goalkeeper. Brilliant hold-up play that time from Basso, the substitute. Ball's flicked on by Page. Simons sends it deep. 4 minutes of added time. We've played 90 seconds of that here at Newtown Park. Is there late drama to be had? Not from that strike from Sarah Morton. Some advice from the supporters here. No rush.
There we go.
No rush at all. Simons drilling it up towards halfway. And again, that playing out from the back match was all but gone now for Wellington United. It's needs must at this point. Page with a lovely outside of the foot flick. Can't connect. Morton unable to combine. Wellington United just doing a great job of disrupting the Eastern Suburbs attacks more than anything here, Katie. Paris with a strike from range. Oh my goodness me. I reckon that's her first effort from open play today, Jay Paris. And we talked about Molly Simon's long arms in the first half. They come in reasonably useful there for the Diamonds. Robertson and Van Dort scrambling for possession on halfway. Referee says play on. Carter, lovely pass again. This has been a really excellent finish to the game from Eastern Suburbs for me without the goal scoring. That's all they're missing at this point. Alder can't keep the ball in. The ball smashed off the nose of Danny Levi, so she's just getting a check with the referee Don Barry, but she's okay. Throws the ball in for Finlay. Last chance saloon here for Eastern Suburbs. 30 seconds plus whatever the referee decides. Chipped in from Carlton. Headed back by Wild. Oliver Bell with a lovely turn. Breaking away from a defender this time, Oliver Bell. Head does well. Last turnover, Suburbs. Last chance here. Ball played forward towards Morton. Slides a ball in to the substitute Sheed. Earns a corner for her side. Well, this is it, Katie Barrett.
Yeah, this will be it, and we'll see. Does Brown make her way up for this last corner? It doesn't look like she will. But you'd imagine all the Eastern Suburbs players are going to pile into the box. This must be it from...
There's no rush here from Suburbs. They just need to get it right. Paris with the delivery. We're past the 4 minutes of added time. Simons makes a save. It's in towards the goal, and Barry sees a foul. Referee Barry sees a push.
It was nervous stuff for Wellington United in the last kick of the game, you'd imagine. Barry looks at his watch, and Simons will want to send this as far as she can.
Simons up towards halfway. Looking for Robertson. Challenged by Carlton. Lynch Gerard playing the ball in beyond for Alder. And referee Don Barry says that'll do. Here at Newtown Park, Wellington United have won the second semi-final of the 2021 Kate Sheppard Cup, courtesy of a 67th minute strike from Pepe Oliver Bell that puts them into their first ever Kate Sheppard Cup final. Katie Barrett, your thoughts on that?
Oh, they look absolutely thrilled, United, and deservedly so. They've, grinded out a few tough times in that match, and Eastern Suburbs will be disappointed, but they've got a whole year ahead of them and hopefully can pick up the Kate Sheppard Cup trophy in the second go at it at the end of this year. But we will have a new winner, which is exciting.
We will have a new winner. Neither Wellington United nor Hamilton Wanderers have won the Kate Sheppard Cup. As we see the highlights from the second half, one of the in-swinging corners there from Alder that landed on the top of the net. Olivia Page was impressive today, the number 13 for Eastern Suburbs. Here she is putting pressure on. Led to some excellent defending. It was desperate defending in the end, wasn't it, from Wellington United? And here is the goal. Brilliant switch of play from Zoe Barrett towards Pepe Oliver Bell. This is a, well, she's going to call it a shot. And that's the goal that puts Wellington United into their first ever Kate Sheppard Cup final. Courtesy of the coolest player in Wellington, Katie.
Yeah, cool as you like it, Pepe Oliver Bell.
One of the many close Eastern Suburbs opportunities in the second half. They really knocked on the door towards the end of this game. This is an inspired run by Alder once she beat Wong, charging into the box. I think this was the moment probably that Wellington United realised that they've got Eastern Suburbs under pressure with that run. And then this crazy period of the game. Page off the crossbar. Simons stretched as far as she could. Then within 30 seconds, Levi putting one onto the crossbar. And again, the opportunity here. Morton just over the bar. That one was probably the closest of the opportunities that didn't hit the crossbar. But to be fair to Molly Simons, an excellent day in golf for her, Katie.
Yeah, she'd be up there with one of the potential player of the matches. Saving that one towards the end, what I thought was going in, she's done very, very well.
I think the best thing about it was that the amount of long-range chances that Wellington United, that Eastern Suburbs had, Simons held all of them. She didn't drop any, which I think when you've got a poacher in the opposition with the skill and quality of Jade Paris, you've got to hold your catches. So for mine, she's the man of the match today, Molly Simons. As we see the victorious Wellington United side getting their photographs taken. Katie, your final thoughts before we wrap up for today?
Look, it's just great to see football back on in the Kate Sheppard Cup up and running. Looking forward to crowning a new champion in the final.
And that final will be next Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know when and we don't know what time, but we know it will be next Sunday, and we know that as Wellington United will be playing against Hamilton Wanderers. So congratulations to Wellington United for their win. Congratulations to Eastern Suburbs on probably the longest season ever in football history. But that'll do it today. 1-0 the score, Wellington United. I've been Jesse Rawlings. I've been joined by Katie Barrett, and we look forward to seeing you back for the final next weekend.